dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. Today began the 4-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. 24 hostages, including 13 Israelis held by Hamas, were brought to safety. The truce also allows for humanitarian aid to be delivered to Gaza, with hundreds of trucks already delivering much-needed fuel and supplies. All of the hostages received medical care prior to being reunited with their loved ones. President Biden spoke in Nantucket about what went into this deal.
As I said, today's release are the start of a process. We expect more hostages to be released tomorrow, and more the day after, and more the day after that. Over the next few days, we expect that dozens of hostages will be returned to their families. We also remember all those who are still being held and renew our commitment to work for their release as well.
President Biden added that the United States' goal is to have 50 hostages released during this truce. We are continuing to track the aftermath of the train derailment situation in Rockcastle County. After an initial evacuation order for 2 communities within the county, Piney Branch and Livingston, community members were given the all clear to return to their homes. But one woman says she was not notified about the evacuation until hours after the train derailment.
They would have got me out of here in an emergency run.
If they had known sooner.
They didn't know until yesterday afternoon.
Officials say that they believe they did everything they could to notify everyone in the area of the evacuation and the potential dangers from the sulfur spill. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man they believe to be armed and dangerous. Jonathan Andrew Gray, 33, of Lilly, is accused of attacking a man on Curry Road in Laurel County. The victim has not been identified at this time, but he was taken to St. Joseph, London for treatment. If you know where Gray may be or have any information, you are encouraged to reach out to the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. A Southwest Virginia man is facing several charges following a police chase in Wise County, Virginia. Early Friday morning, Wise County Sheriff's Office deputies tried to stop a suspect with multiple warrants on US 23. James Mead, 41, of Coburn, led deputies on a chase for 15 minutes before he hit a tire deflation device near Mountain Empire Community College. He then hit a guardrail on Hammer Hollow Road in Big Stone Gap before being taken into custody.
Well, the forecast kind of quiet and calm tonight. We're going to continue to see, again, some nice conditions outside the WINT studios as Black Friday winds down. We're seeing some cooler temperatures out there, too. 30s and 40s across the region tonight. We're going to continue to track a little bit of a system that's coming through here. Some clouds back and forth, some snow back off to our west. And we got another big system that's going to be working its way through here by the end of the weekend. Your out-the-door forecast for Saturday, we're going to be seeing a mix of sun and clouds. Shouldn't be too bad out there. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. If you're heading north to see the Cats take on the Cardinals in the Governor's Cup in Louisville, well, you'll see some nice conditions out there. Temperatures in the 40s pretty much all the way through game time, but we are watching those rain chances pick up as we head deeper into Sunday and early Monday. We've taken those up to 30%. We can actually get a little bit further into it now with our high-resolution model. So we start Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. Then you see by lunchtime it's approaching. Some scattered chances for rain all the way through into the nighttime hours, and then we see those start to fizzle out as we head deeper into your Monday. Now, again, if there's enough moisture left once the cold air gets here, a few flakes could fly in some of those border counties. That's not the only shot at rain that we have in the next 7 days. Some Friday and Friday night into next week, we could see the potential for that as well. Now, the temperatures, that's going to be the big story. They're going to trend downward as we head into early next week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, well below average. Basically 54 our average, and we could be in the upper 30s there on Tuesday. The Community Trust Bank 7-day forecast, where the weekend is always in view. Not too bad as we head in the next few days. Just enjoy the warmth because some rain chances are on the way to wrap up the long holiday weekend. Madison.
Brendan, thank you. With inflation increasing, many Americans are having to cut back. This is becoming a worry for nonprofits, as donating is one of the first things people cut back on when they are trying to make ends meet. The director of a Lexington nonprofit says they are seeing a decrease in donations as inflation continues to become an issue.
And what we've noticed this year is we've seen a little bit of decrease in the donations that we normally get, and people have talked about the inflation, the cost of living, and they've had to scale back. Usually the first thing that people scale back on is donations.
Karama says that if you are unable to contribute items or monetary donations, then your time can be a just as helpful substitute. Several stores are starting to close after the day of hundreds across the Commonwealth waking up early to head to retail stores to take advantage of Black Friday sales. In Corbin, Black Friday shoppers pulled up to the JCPenney's as early as 3:45 in the morning when doors opened at 5 a.m. There were lines stretching far down the strip. Some shoppers say Black Friday shopping has started to become a bit of a family tradition.
This is our second time because they just started inviting us.
Yeah,
it's a tradition now.
That's a family tradition now.
For more information about this year's Black Friday shopping, check out our website. With Thanksgiving,
the Christmas season is just beginning in the city of Harlan, kicking things off with the Festival of the Mountain Masters.
We really kick off the Christmas season with the Festival of the Mountain Masters, which is in its 39th year at the Village Center Mall. And everything that you get there is either going to be homemade, home-baked, or crafted by hand.
Executive Director of the Harlan Tourist Convention and Commission, Brandon Pennington, says they're looking at ways to grow and expand some of their holiday events.
There were kind of static events that happened throughout the community. So Festival of Mountain Masters, of course, was happening. The Christmas parade always happened. But there was never like a dedicated Christmas event like Christmas at the Center. And we've just tried to make a unified effort that all of us can get on board together and see those events take place and grow.
Saying that growth is happening.
All the events are starting to grow. The Festival of Mountain Masters is growing. The Christmas at the Center is growing. All these static events like the Putney Lights and Wonderland Mini Golf, all that's also growing. And we're so thankful for that because, you know, we have so much to offer down here in Harlan County and the world needs to see that.
Pennington says they are excited to see what all this holiday season brings. In Harlan, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
The Festival of the Mountain Masters at the mall has kicked off and runs through tomorrow at the Village Center Mall. For more information on events, you can find this story on our website. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Nate Johnson and Armando Berry will be right back with ARH Sports Overtime after this break.